Kia ora and welcome to Beer Club, the weekly beer jerk drink along with me, Luke. This week we are drinking a beer from Sprig Fern, which is Neon Noir, a Japanese black lager. All the way from Richmond, near Nelson, in the heart of New Zealand's hop growing region. Sprig Fern is a incredibly impressive brewery that's led by an incredibly impressive woman. It's Tracy Banner is an absolute icon in the world of brewing, and especially here in New Zealand. She's been at it since she was a teenager. So for over 40 years, she's been working in brewing, starting off in Wellington in Cheshire, working at Greenalls and at Bass, before moving over to New Zealand and then working for Lion and for Max. And during that time, just really spearheading so much innovation in the world of fresh hops. Some of the first modern style IPAs came out under Tracy when she was at Max, like back in around 2002. And it's just been constant innovation and doing things their own way, really. So Tracy and her husband Ken started Sprig Fern in 2009, I think it was. And they do things pretty differently to any other brewery in the country. Sprig Fern have a whole load of taverns. I think there's 16 of them when I had a look earlier on the website. And they're mainly around the South Island, and they're generally neighbourhood bars, smaller sort of places that are all independently owned. So they're not owned by Sprig Fern, but they are operating very closely in partnership with Sprig Fern. So sort of like the old-fashioned tied house model, but way cooler, I suppose. So I suppose like those old-fashioned English breweries like Bass, that own thousands and thousands of pubs, as just a perfect way to get your beer into people's glasses and get people drinking your beer. So every beer that Sprig Fern put out has a guaranteed outlet at least 16 different venues before it gets sent to anywhere else. So it may well be that you see less Sprig Fern beers around than you would expect, considering the amount of beers they put out. And they're pretty prolific. One of the things I love about them, obviously, is that they do lots of different styles. So lots of European styles and historic styles, beautiful lagers, and there's just great creativity. There's a great reverence for the history of beer, and they're definitely not a one-trick pony. They do many things, and many things very well, including this, which is a beautiful lager. So the story of the Japanese black lager goes back a few hundred years to the first black lager, the Schwarzbiers in Germany, probably 500 years ago. Well, they'd have been the ancestors of lagers, because they wouldn't have been using lager yeast 500 years ago. They'd have been dark ales. But anyway, semantics. But a beautiful popular style, Schwarzbier, black beer, black lager, and it combines the best of both, really. It's the drinkability, the light body of lager, and the sessionability and the dry finish, but also that bit of character that you get with darker ales. You've got a bit of malt character there, and there's some different stuff going on, so a good wintertime drinking lager. But yeah, still, as I say, very, very easy to drink, lots of, which is what the brewers at Sapporo thought in the probably 1870s, when German brewers were having quite a bit of influence over what was getting brewed in Japan, and there was a lot of inspiration over there. So yeah, probably is the Sapporo that has made Japanese black lagers a thing. And of course, with anything, as styles travel, different people make them their own and different countries make them their own. So yeah, the Japanese dark lager is very much its own thing compared to a German Schwarzbier. So it's really cool to see a style that travels around the world, all the way from Germany to Japan to here at home in Aotearoa, and this local example of it with some really cool Blade Runner inspired artwork with some cooler flourishes and graphics on there. So as a beer, it is, first and foremost, it is easy drinking. So these sort of beers are really good to share with friends if you've got someone that's scared of black beers, to get them to drink a beer like this. And it's kind of, it's a lot like an easygoing lager that they're used to. It just has things dialed up a little bit flavour-wise. So on the back of the palate, you're getting some, you're getting the maltiness, you're getting a little bit of roast there, you're getting some character of, maybe some like dark fruits. It's definitely not overwhelming, it's not too over the top, it's not going to scare anybody away. But it's a beer that, as I say, is sessionable. You can drink a lot of, hence why some of the giants in Japan brew gigantic amounts of these beers. Obviously, it's a beer that goes really well with food. So yeah, it'd be fun to see all of you drinking along today, what sort of pairings you might come up with. And yeah, traditional Japanese type food, so sashimi and sushi. I reckon it'll go really well with some really high quality beef. Probably go great with a steak, I reckon, or some umami flavours. I'm cooking a mushroom pizza tonight, so I think I might take another can of this home and see how that pairs with my mushroom and red onion pizza. So yeah, as I say, good to see less common styles coming out of Sprig Fern constantly. Often I'm on my never-ending quest. I've been doing this nearly 10.5 years now, and every single week I need to find a new beer to share with you, lovely people. And it can be a bit of a challenge to actually get good variety in different beer styles, because there are some styles that are just so overrepresented, and many breweries understandably stick to those styles for very good reason, that they are a business and they need to sell their product. So due to the unique model of Sprig Fern, they can have a bit more flexibility with the sort of beers that they are putting out, the styles of beers that they're putting out. It's not just hazy pale ales and light lagers. But yeah, each week I'm looking at the list that the breweries send through and seeing what's popping up. And yeah, for some breweries, it is big news, and it's quite exciting to see a beer come out that is not a variety on an IPA or a pale ale or a lager. But that is, as I say, never the case with Sprig Fern. They've just got a constant annual release schedule of beers that come up perennially, and new one-off things coming out. So yeah, I don't want to downplay the work of everyone at Sprig Fern. So of course they have a fantastic brew team and everyone that does things there. But it just is that Tracy Banner is such an important person in beer. She's also a master brewer. She's a very highly regarded beer judge, has an amazing palate. So just every part of the process she's been involved in, and it's fascinating to chat to her about her life in beer and the early days when she was running quality control and just huge shipments of malt arriving at the brewery, and doing the lab tests just to make sure that they are hitting all the figures that they should be hitting. So yeah, I think there are definitely some brewers that are super creative and have come up through home brewing and sort of mixing a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's about on feeling and on vibes, which can be wonderful, but also can be hit and miss. But yeah, with a classically trained brewer of so many decades, Tracy, of course, has that creativity, but also, yeah, really finely tuned lifetime of experience when it comes to putting together recipes and just really knowing what is happening at every stage of brewing. Anyway, I'm waffling. I hope you enjoy smashing this beer as much as I'm enjoying it. You've probably finished it by now because it's so delicious and drinkable. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for being part of the Beer Jerk journey. if you've got any friends that you think might enjoy this, get them to sign up. As I've said before, we've got a surprisingly small amount of Beer Club subscribers. I think it's just surely due to the tenacity and stubbornness that we're still carrying here. I think many other people would have sacked it off a while ago. But brilliant to have so many of you that have been with us for such a long time as well. It's so cool that you join us with discovering a new bit every week. So tell your friends, get them involved. It's fun. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to everyone at Sprig Fern. See you next time.